As mayor, call the zoning pledge of allegiance. Oh, flags over there. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dennis, will you call the roll?
Martyr, Riley,
Here.
Schneider,
Here.
Sofa,
Here.
Stoops,
Here.
Wilson,
Here.
Zukas.
Here.
Non-agenda items from the sidelines. Mr. Blazak,
Yes, sir.
you have the floor.
Thank you.
You can go to the podium, Mark.
Okay, thank you. Hey everybody, thanks for allowing me a few minutes. And I want to thank everybody too for the ORV ordinance that we have in the city of Memphis. It's awesome. We get to enjoy it and use our toys, and you know, we really, most of us in the community are very grateful for that. There's something in the ordinance that I want to see if I can just maybe, I don't really know how to start the process, but just to talk about the address in the ordinance that I think restricts Memphis from being able to share in ORV in the rest of St. Clair. We have no way in or out of Memphis legally, the way it is written. The only real road that we have to get out or into Memphis with our ORV is, the only way we can get in or out is Boardman. And Boardman from heading out of town west, getting over to Stinson Road, Boardman being off, not allowed to ride on Boardman, and is one issue, and then the modification from the St. Clair County ordinance that says 25 miles an hour, you can't ride on, St. Clair County says that we can ride on roads at no greater speeds of 45 miles an hour. Memphis, for some reason, brought it down to 25 miles an hour. And it's kind of a moot point because all our roads really are 25 miles an hour anyway. And if you go faster than 25 miles an hour on ORV, you're also exceeding the speed limit and breaking the law one or two ways anyway. So we have no way in or out. You can't run on 19 being a state road without petitioning the state for allowance. You can't take Pratt or Macomb. You can't run out to Braidwood. You can't run up Bell River Road because of the speed limit issue when we get outside those speed limits. So we have no way in or out of town. And I'd like to see maybe we can revisit that part of the ordinance.
I think you're right. Basically, you want a revision to the ordinance on the two issues, I understand. Boardman Road.
Yes, sir.
Because they have to give you access in or out.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
And the other is the mileage, which ordinance is 25, where if you left it there at 45, they can't go 25 in the city anyway.
They can't go on 25 anyway for two reasons.
Yeah. I can recommend that this probably should go to this committee for look at.
Is that a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Riley,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zukas,
Yes.
Martyr.
It won't be till next month, probably.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
All right, city administration. Donna, anything that's not on the agenda?
Yeah, the city office will be closed tomorrow from 8 to 2:30 for election training.
No jump in there.
We have a lot of them this last couple of months.
Chief, anything that's not on the agenda?
No, just thanks everyone for approving that sergeant's position, and thanks for coming today and for the ceremony.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming that. I know we've talked about it for, I don't know, four years probably. Exactly. Amendments to the agenda.
Need to amend the agenda under new business item number 5, library ballot proposal.
Anything else?
No? I'll make a motion to accept the agenda as amended.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zukas,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Riley.
Yes. Hope you've all had a chance to look over the meeting minutes from the special meeting of the 20th and the regular meeting minutes of the 21st. Was there any questions or corrections?
There's one question that I meant to bring it to you, Don, and I forgot about it. But under the special meeting number 2, I don't know whether this, we got wage instead of wage. And I meant to bring that to your attention.
I'm trying to see right.
Number 2.
Rage increases.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
People are raged.
7 days with rage.
I don't know whether
They're
that was,
outraged.
I don't know if that's what you were thinking or what, but.
No.
Anything else?
That's all right.
Take a motion to,
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from May 20th as amended, and the special meeting, or the regular minutes, special meeting minutes of the 20th and regular meeting minutes of the 21st as amended.
Support.
Sofa.
Yes.
Stoops.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Lucas.
Yes.
Martyr.
Yes.
Riley.
Yes.
Schneider.
I need a motion to approve the May disbursements report of $99,397.04 and electronic wire transfers of $7,863.86.
Motion to approve the disbursements and wire transfers for said amounts.
Stoops.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Lucas.
Yes.
Martyr.
Yes.
Riley.
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Sofa.
Yes.
Communications none received. We have no unfinished business. New business, administrative memo number 12. Budget amendments? Larry?
Yeah, these are just kind of cleanup for the police department, city hall, youth center, parks, and major streets. These are the first ones that Don and I will be looking at these for the next council meeting. I think there's a few more that we have to address. So it's just a kind of clean up some of the budget here, so.
You can check for that. Oh, we do? I'm sorry.
Motion?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve administration memo number 12, budget amendments.
Support.
Wilson.
Yes.
Lucas.
Yes.
Martyr.
Yes.
Riley.
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Sofa.
Yes.
Stoops.
Yes.
Richmond EMS contract. Mr. White?
Well, good evening. This should be quick. I think I have actually the next 2 agenda items. You have in front of you our annual EMS contract renewal. There is no substantive change to the language in this year's contract that saves us all attorney fees of changing the word and having to send it to everybody's legal counsel. The change that we did make is this contract is good for 3 years versus 1. Just for council's knowledge, the EMS in the past 12 months has responded 119 times to the Memphis community. And our average response time, this includes both emergencies and non-emergencies. Our data system doesn't separate the two. So for both emergencies and non-emergencies, our average response time has been 6 minutes and 40 seconds. With that, we'd simply ask the council approve the contract that you have in front of you. Like I said, we did it on a 3-year interval this time just to avoid us having to do it each and every year.
Anybody have any questions? Make a motion?
I'll make a motion to sign a contract with the Richmond Lennox EMS. Support.
Lucas.
Yes.
Martyr.
Yes.
Riley.
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Sofa.
Yes.
Stoops.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
And smart credits?
So this year, the EMS is requesting the Memphis City Council transfer $2,700 in their municipal and community credits to the Richmond Lennox EMS Ambulance Authority. This is for the operation of the small buses that operate throughout the Memphis area here. You received a slight increase in your funds this year, and we subsequently requested a $100 increase from $2,600 to $2,700 last year. We received $2,600 last year. We requested that to increase to $2,700 this year. Last year, to give you just an idea of the use in really our fairly small community, the EMS through its transit service, provided 413 rides on the transit vehicles here in Memphis. So it is being well utilized by your residents. So with that, if council would be so kind, that isn't money that comes directly from your budget. That's money that is provided by SMART to your community and can only be used for public transportation purposes. So it's not dollars coming directly out of the city's general.
Yeah, excuse me, out of the total 2,700 goes to you, and I think that we have $393 if we want to use it for trips or anything.
Okay.
Any questions? Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to sign the contract for, with the Smart Municipal Community Credit.
Martyr,
Yes.
Riley,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Stutes,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zukas.
Yes.
If I could, Mr. Mayor, I would like to address one quick expansion that we're offering. We began this on June 1st. Actually, we began it late May with some testing of a new program we're offering through the Smart Transit Service. I think it'd be worthwhile for your residents and council to be aware of. Effective June 1st, the EMS is offering one trip a day. EMS Transit Division is offering one trip a day on the buses. It's on a first come, first served basis for persons living within the area served by the EMS with these community transit vehicles for transportation to Metro Airport. We decided to provide this service basically because our residents here are paying a mill in taxes for SMART operations. We know we don't have any line haul buses here, and we can provide, some limited service that's been really focused mostly on our seniors and disabled community events and things of that nature. We really wanted to be able to take that. We don't receive a full mill, by the way, as you know, $2,700, not a full mill, but we want to take a portion of that money that all of our residents are paying and be able to do something for the people paying the bills. And we thought this was a good way to reach out to a number of members of our community, both young and old. You don't have to be senior, you don't have to be disabled to use the service, to be able to get down to the airport. The earliest time you can go is at 5 o'clock in the morning. The latest time you can be picked up from the airport is at 7 p.m. So just if you think you might want to use the service, make your flight times within that period of time. We are asking that residents that are interested in using the service plan to be picked up 4 hours ahead of their flight. And that's really just to ensure that we are not the fault of you missing a flight, if you will. I-94 is a terribly unpredictable highway. Between summer construction, winter snowfalls, and the accidents that occur every day on it, we can't ever be certain how long it's going to take to get from Memphis or Richmond or Armada to the airport. And so we want to get you there in plenty of time. We'd rather have you there early to have breakfast or lunch before your flight than have you there and miss your vacation or business trip. The returning passengers will be provided a pre-established phone number, and basically what will happen is we'll set up your return time for your return flight time. We'll have a bus down there. When your flight basically returns, the bus that actually has, there's some areas that the shuttles can sit in called a cell phone lot down there. You'll contact the prearranged number, and the bus will then pick you up and bring you home. I will not say there is no cost for this service, because that's not true. You all pay a mill to SMART. So you're paying for the service already. What I can tell you is there's no additional out-of-pocket cost for you to use this. We think it's going to be very popular, so I suspect that you'll want to call early, call well in advance if you have a trip plan. And like I say, we can only right now the budget affords for us to do it once a day. That's one person going down and one person returning, each and every day, or one. It can be a group of people, a family, if you will.
Right.
That can go down. But one trip a day is what we can afford in the budget. It's not costing the city any more money. It's not costing the taxpayers any more money. It's just basically saying you're paying this tax. You already get limited service for it in this area. So let's use it for something that might really benefit our residents. So that is the plan. We're pretty excited about it. Just for the knowledge and the record, again, I want to make clear, this is something the Richmond Lennox EMS Transit Service is doing with the funds that we receive from all of the communities that provide us funding. I need to make that really clear. So if you live in Sterling Heights, this service isn't available unless Sterling Heights chooses to do it.
So who funds you?
This gets funded through the dollars, through that $2,700, through other funds that SMART provides.
I mean, who is eligible for it? Memphis, Richmond? who
Oh,
else?
boy, let me see if I can get them all, but I'll try to start at the south and move north. So we cover Macomb Township, Chesterfield, and New Baltimore. Then coming north with the SMART buses, we cover New Haven, Ray, the Armadas, the village and township, the Richmonds, the city and the township, and the city of Memphis. So those are-
Is Riley?
that Riley is not included in this directly. However, a Riley resident, I would guess, could be picked up in Macomb County and utilize the service.
Okay, that's just, that's awesome.
That's great.
So that's exciting, and we're looking forward to it. We have done a few trips. We did this initially when we talked to Smart about doing it. We did a few trips. We contacted some of our employees, some of their families, a couple members of the community that we knew were taking trips. We reached out to and offered to take them. We wanted to kind of test this, we call it a soft opening, for lack of a better word, to make sure everything went the way we had hoped it would. So we did a few trips in May. Everything went absolutely seamlessly. We were really pleased. We thought we'd run into some glitch or something we hadn't thought about, and so far so good with everything that's occurred. So.
You say 4 hours, and I always go at least 3.5 anyway.
Yeah,
So you're not very far.
and so like I say, so that's the only, that's kind of our only particular rule, that the hours that we're operating.
So I know you said 5 a.m.
Yep.
So that means your flight shouldn't be before 9?
Before 9, correct. Yeah. Our earliest pickup in the morning is going to be 5 a.m. So your flight would need to be at 9 a.m.
Jeff, just because I have to throw this question out there.
Sure.
If you have like, I was gonna use it, I live in town, but I had family members that were also going on the same trip with me, but they don't live in town. Is there an extra charge for to be in
No,
town?
just have them all meet at your house.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get
No,
at. So if we were having.
we're not going to try to sort that out. If you have, a family that lives, we live right on a county border here. We understand that those county borders create these unusual situations that you probably don't get in, the middle of Macomb County.
That's the reason I asked.
So, we're not gonna survey who's on the bus and where they live or whatever. We're gonna go by where we make that pickup.
Well, I got you here. Can you go over one more time the bus service where you pick people up during the mornings and take them down to?
Oh, so we do have a pickup stop right here on Main Street every morning. I did not bring those times with me. I'm very sorry, but it starts very early in the morning. I can get those up to the city for their website.
I know 7 a.m. for sure,
But I think we're actually here a little before 7. I think
There's
we're-
somebody usually, in town at like 5:30.
Yeah, 5:30 is the first one, and then back again at 7. But basically, we do operate a small bus. Besides if you want to call it the dial-a-ride system, the system where you can call and get a ride to a doctor's appointment, to the grocery or whatever. On top of that, we operate a bus that starts every morning. It's at 5:30 or 5:40 right here in Memphis on Main Street. It goes down, it travels through Richmond, New Haven, Chesterfield, and goes all the way down to 23 Mile Road. We call that the shuttle, and the purpose for that specifically is certainly somebody can use it every day to get back, to go down to Richmond, get off there, in the Richmond community. But the real idea behind it was there are some people we found in our community that needed to get from Memphis to Roseville every day. And so by taking that shuttle bus, it starts here in the community at 5:30, they can go all the way down to 23 in Gratiot where they can transfer onto a smart line haul bus, that's what they call the big buses, and then continue to travel south, and really it'll go all the way to downtown Detroit if they so chose on that bus. And like I said, I did not bring the shuttle has specific times, but it stops in your community a couple of times each morning and then a couple of times each evening. We don't run it during the middle of the day so much, just because we haven't had a lot of requests for its use, but we do get a lot of people who ride it like I say, first thing in the morning and at night to get back and forth to work.
Is that Monday through Friday? or-
That is Monday through Friday, yes.
I think it's great.
And anyways, it's all going well, and like I say, we're excited about the new service. I might mention that the phone number is the same phone number that you can use to contact, you know, whether you're contacting somebody for the dial-a-ride service, whether you're contacting somebody for your, for the new airport service, or whether you're contacting somebody and you have questions exactly about what time the shuttle runs through your community. Our toll-free number is 844-666-5652, and our dispatcher starts at 7 o'clock in the morning and is there till 3 o'clock in the afternoon for that service. So if you don't get a hold of somebody, leave a message, we'll call you back the next morning.
So if you wanted to do a dial-a-ride, is it a couple days ahead of time or the day before?
We usually tell people, you know, give us as much notice as you can for that service, because it is kind of pretty wildly popular. If you think about just little Memphis having 400 rides, a year on it, that, bigger communities have more than that. So we encourage folks to call as soon as they can. There's very seldom an opportunity to get same-day service. It's almost always booked solid same day. About 48 hours out, usually you can get a trip scheduled. So we tell people, if you do have a same day, something that comes up same day, give us a call. There are cancellations that occur every day, and we fill up every seat. We won't turn you away because you called the same day, other than saying we just don't have a seat available at that time. So if you call and there's been a cancellation, we'll get you on the same day. But we encourage people to give us about 48 hours notice.
Pretty good.
Thank you.
All right, police department computers.
I'm already dressed, so I'm gonna stand up here. All right, the police department's formally requesting council's approval to replace the police department's current computer operating system. The total cost of $9,800. That includes all equipment, labor, and installation. Requesting these funds be dispersed from the equipment replacement fund. Recently, I was made aware by our IT provider, and this is on the heels of the city offices needing replacement as well, that Microsoft basically is going to cease to support anything that's Windows 7 operated or running Windows 2008 at the end of this year. So all computers, like computers designated for City Hall for replacement, the police department falls into that same category. That basically applies to everything we have. So. IT Right, which is our IT provider, recommends replacing all the computers by the end of this year. I'm asking them to replace the computers. I also have a mobile unit in one of the police vehicles that's in the same situation. That's from 2009 and uses an older operating system. And I was also made aware that our current server, that's from 2013 when it was installed, was pre-body camera use. It really wasn't installed for what we need now. So that needs to be upgraded as well. We had discussed doing this in bits and pieces, but it all needs to be replaced. So I'm asking that it all be replaced at the same time. I received quotes from both IT Right and Dell. They were literally within several dollars of each other. I'm recommending that we use IT Right. That's our current provider. It has been for a while, just for the transition of implementation and potential future support and warranty considerations. That's it. Do you have any questions?
Only one of the cars has a portable.
Right now I have two computers. One of the cars is pretty much the one that's driven every day, and I have a backup computer. And originally I was going to buy two. The backup computer spends most of the time out of the car in a filing cabinet. So the cost that would I be incurred by buying that backup just to sit, I just didn't see it as necessary. If the one computer goes down, we can make do until we can get it replaced, fixed, or repaired. I don't see any need to have two, just one sitting around at this time, so I'm just asking for one.
Well, I'll make a motion to allow the police department to have the computer and computers and associated equipment replaced at the cost of $9,809 out of the equipment replacement fund. Support.
Briley?
Yes.
Schneider?
Yes.
Sofa?
Yes.
Stutes?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes.
Lucas?
Yes.
Murder?
Yes.
mayor. Oh, I'm sorry.
Letters you want to come?
Okay, so the library board has met and we discussed the idea of a millage for rebuilding the community center and updating a little bit in the library, which I think is a great idea. So I would ask that we make a motion to proceed to get the ballot language written up, and we really need to jump on it. We're kind of, not at the last moment, but we're getting close. We have to have it in, I think, August 1st, back from the state by August 1st, right?
July 30th is gonna be in the county.
Yeah, okay. So, if you don't mind, somebody can make a motion to proceed with the ballot language.
I'll make a motion that we proceed with adding the ballot proposal language written for the library.
Support.
Schneider,
Yes.
Sofa,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zukas,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Riley.
Yes. I don't really have anything, but I'm glad that we have a sergeant. Been a long time coming. That's all I have, sir.
Nothing for me.
Larry?
Yeah, I got one thing I got to address, and discuss this with Bart today. The recorder is malfunctioning, and what the recorder does, it registers the level of the water in the water tower continuously. And it's malfunctioning, and so it has to be replaced.
It also notifies them if there's a problem with the
Yeah.
walls, if the walls are running at in the level of the
Yeah,
towers too low.
it's kind of a round thing, and
Yeah.
it goes, anyway, it's very important, so he's already got quotes and taken steps to get it replaced. The cost is $4,875 plus shipping, which I'm not sure how much, that would be $50 or something like that, and the repair and maintenance fund is allocated, that's not allocated, but there's enough money in there to cover that, so. I don't know, is there any questions on that?
Well, this will come out of this year's budget, right?
Yeah, this year's budget, yeah, so,
Any questions?
yeah, then I'll make a motion, then we approve the purchase of the recorder in the amount of $4,875. I can't pronounce it, but it's Chilla, the recorder, CHELLELL. I'm not sure the pronunciation.
Support.
Sofa,
Yes.
Sofa, Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Zukas,
Yes.
Martyr, Riley,
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
That's all I have.
Ken? Robbie?
I'm good, thank you.
Scott? Jason?
Hey, thanks everybody for coming out for Memorial Day Parade. It was a good time, great weather, and we'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you.